And welcome back to Boost Bernie Business here on Boerne Radio 103.9 FM. Baron Wiley here, broadcasting from downtown Boerne, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, across the table from me is not just a professional here and lawyer, but he's also a broadcaster on Boerne Radio. You hear him every Sunday. 5 o'clock.
I hope.
It's Dennis Postiglione with the Country and Western Show.
That's right. Country and Western Show every Sunday at 5. Yeah.
I know.
And occasionally I get a replay when you got nothing else to put on the air, and I'm always happy about that.
Or if the Super Bowl happens.
Yeah. Oh, well, that too. I knew no one would be listening that Sunday. So,
but I can tell you think about what you're going to put on the air. Just talk about the show real quick.
Yeah, it's all classic country, and when I say classic, I try not even to dip into the 2000s, and I usually have a theme. I mean, last week was love songs, and I've done various studio musicians, covers. I've done women in country music, and so I enjoy. I
like it when you focused on the bass guitar.
Yeah, Bob Moore was
that was cool.
Yeah, 60,000 songs that guy played.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is, and then the steel guitar too.
Yeah, pedal steel. I did a pedal steel one, and I'm trying to think what else. I mean, it's hard to think of stuff now because I'm running out of stuff. So.
No, I thought of one for you the other day.
Which was?
You played a song, and it was a song that kind of mentioned, Merle and some of the older guys, Here's what I'd love to do one time, and maybe we'll get AI to help us do it. But you have one band that mentions George Strait or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you play a George Strait song that mentions Hank. And then you have you have a stream of where you connect the dot.
Like this week, I played George Jones' cover of a Buck Owens song, and then I played a Dwight Yoakam cover of a Buck Owens song. So yeah, I try to have some kind of continuity through all the song selection, but it's lost on people that are flipping around. But hopefully there's some.
But if you stick
one guy out there that gets it, that's my goal.
And they geek out.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that phone call because it's very subtle.
Yeah.
When you're doing it, and if you're paying attention, it's really cool.
Yeah. So there's a theme and then a link between. I try to link the songs in a certain way, and I enjoy it. And I'll say thanks on the air here for allowing me to do that. It's a great joy.
Dennis Postiglione, Postiglione Law PLLC.
Yep.
Make it official. Mm-hmm. You are right here on Main Street in Boerne, Texas.
I am at 229 North Main, the gingerbread house right next to the Cibolo Family Medicine, across from the Dinger right there. Yep.
And you got some new construction going on. You got new neighbors there.
They're building a winery, which could end the practice, really.
Because you'll be hanging out?
Yeah, exactly. I may have to move offices 100 yards in the other direction, but it's coming along over there, yeah.
I appreciate that because you're right there. Our studio is right here on Main Street as well, that you'll call me up and say lunch.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to have to walk over to you now.
Yeah, exactly. We have to go get some wine and cheese for lunch.
Why not? Yeah. Boerne's growing, and you're here to serve, and you're serving us well. So thank you for what you do.
I appreciate it, yeah.
I appreciate that you're not one of those screamer guys.
No, well, I'm not going to mention, we were going over some lawyer advertisements, and I was telling you that what's crazy is even the most bizarre ads have to be approved by the bar. The state bar has to approve this. So all of those ads where there's got a guy screaming with a hammer or whatever, go through somebody over there in Austin, and they say this is a good idea. But I'm not one of those guys.
No, you're a family man. Matter of fact, part of your message is that you came to Boerne to raise your family.
That's right.
And you found it.
Yep. So I got my oldest is at Texas State, and that's just far enough for him to complain about visiting, but he gets home, and then I have 2 school-age kids here in town, and it's very important to be part of the community. So that's really what I'm trying to do. I've actually had a few trips lately to the Kendall County Courthouse, which I've got a few cases filed there now and represented some good folks out here. I did want to mention, though, one of the obstacles that I keep running into for new clients is payment structure. A lot of people don't have money to come out of pocket, and it might not be a contingency type of case. They're not injury cases. It might be a real estate dispute, a contract dispute, some of the things I have. And I've been able to work out very creative payment plans here. I'm a handshake kind of guy, and I trust you for your word. And a lot of people show up with cash, and what do I do with this? And I'll work with you to get you your legal problem taken care of, but I want to do it in a way that's doable for everybody. I'm not just going to charge you and walk away.
Yeah. So. Well, again, that's what makes you special here, Dennis Postiglione. Let me give you the website real quick, dpostlawpllc.com. That's dpostlawpllc.com for Dennis Postiglione. Before we get too deeper in the law here, too, how about a little shout out for the kids there?
Oh, yeah. I have 3 shout outs because my oldest is Nicholas. He won't hear this because he's at Texas State. But Vivian and Loudon will be happy to hear their names mentioned on the radio. But if I do not mention our dog, Blue Bonnet, I will get in trouble. So,
which will be a star on Meg Greer's show here pretty soon. That's right.
We're going to do the God and Our Dogs. And I will tell you, no one is happier than my daughter that we are going to be on God and Our Dogs. And she has promised Meg has promised us that we can bring the dog to the studio. So,
excellent.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
Meg gets to do whatever she wants in here. So
yeah, no, she's
party.
been very gracious and was very excited that the kids wanted to do the show. So it's going to be fun. We're looking forward to that.
I love your openness, too, in your message on Boerne Radio where you say, hey, if I can't help you, I know someone who can.
Yeah, that's important, too. I think a lot of folks go on and they'll search for, injury lawyer or contract lawyer or real estate lawyer. There's plenty of lawyers here in town that specialize. I've always maintained a general litigation practice. I do a little bit of everything. But if I can't, I can find someone who can, and I'm not going to charge you for that. It's better. And I've found out selfishly that doing that allows that person to reach out to me in the future. So those types of referrals turn into reciprocation. Yeah. So I'm happy to help anybody and take your phone call.
Well, let's dig into maybe some of the categories that you like doing, that you love doing.
Honestly, the cases that make sense here lately are the local ones. I've done a few contract dispute cases. I've done a few arbitration cases, and I've done a few real estate dispute type of cases. So, somebody throws something on your property that doesn't belong there, or real estate contract that won't close. I've had another breach of a contract agreement where the remodeler didn't show up and took a bunch of money. So really those types of local disputes pop up here a lot. I do personal injury work as well. And then I've done some defense work, quite a bit of defense work. I associate with a firm in Dallas that does some trucking defense work. So I'm kind of a jack of all trades, but all litigation based. And, again, anything that would end up in a courtroom, I'm happy to listen to. And again, if I can't handle it, I'll find someone who can. I got a guy. Yep, I got a guy.
That's cool.
I'm the guy who knows a guy who knows a guy. That's who I am.
But like you said, it comes back to you when those other lawyers need you. And you're a good guy. So
there's no question. I had a local lawyer here who I've known for a long time referred me a case, and his office is further down Main here, and the guy showed up with a stack of documents, deep sweat, because he had parked at the office over here and walked to my office in August. And anyway, so got him a bottle of water, and we did business together. So. Well,
let me read a review real quick. I see a few of them you've got here at Post Law PLLC. It says, Dennis has helped me over several years with both business and personal legal issues. He's accessible, listens to me, and has always given me a good result. That's a friend of yours in Austin, I think, right?
Yeah, I try to return phone calls. And to me, I've advertised here on Boerne Radio, and I do this because, again, part of it is about putting roots down here, but most of my business comes from referrals and repeat clients, and that's the way I like it. I'm a relationship guy, and I like to have, as you know, people close in my orbit to help out, and that's really the goal. So
that means you travel.
I lived on an airplane for 20 years, and I got sick of it, and so that's kind of moving out here, simplifying things.
Yes.
If I could just get a hold of my wife's Amazon habit, I think everything would fall into place. So there's no shortage of boxes to burn at my property up there. Let's just put it that way. But
because Target's way down there.
I can't. Now that the rim is that far away, everything gets delivered. Yeah, we're going to get our own drone sooner or later. I think Amazon will assign us a zip code of our own, I think. So
if someone needed your services today, how do we reach you?
830-630-9333. Real simple local number, or you can find me online at dpostlawpllc.com, or you can call Baron Wiley and he'll give you my phone number.
I'll happily do that for you. Thanks again for supporting Boerne Radio like you do. Your family's important to me. We've enjoyed watching your business grow, your family grow, and let's do it for a long time together.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you for everything you do for us too.
Well, again, the website is dpostlawpllc.com, and I say, Dennis Postiglione, keep up the great work, sir.
Thank you. Listen to my show every
See you Sunday.
Appreciate it. Yep.
You didn't say it all the way through. It's the Dennis Postiglione Country
and Western Radio Show. Went with the generic title. It's self-explanatory.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening to Boerne Radio 103.9 FM.